Is it on? Is it working? That's it? Is it filming?
Yeah, I didn't do like a.
Is it filming?
Yeah.
Okay, we can edit this out.
I didn't do like a in 5.
Yeah, no.
3.
We can edit whatever, so
Yeah.
you start whenever you want.
Well, I mean, I guess we should just start with who we are.
That would be good.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I'm David Williams, live in Peoria, Arizona.
I'm Derik Basl. I live as well in the same area he does. We've known each other for, well, you're the numbers guy, so how long have we known each other?
Let me see. I bought my house here in Vistancia, North Peoria, in 2014. You moved in, and we became neighbors whenever you got here, which was what?
I don't remember.
Early 2016, maybe?
Sure.
Something like that?
Good. Pre-COVID.
Yeah, so we were neighbors until I sold my house in 2021. And of course, we've remained friends. We're brothers in Christ. We go to a group in Peoria called Iron Sharpens Iron, Christian men. And
Not a sponsor yet.
no, not yet. Working on it.
Yeah.
And
we happen to know a guy.
yeah. So anyway, we talked about just sharing perspectives on life together
Yeah.
in hopes that it might not only help us each, to navigate life better, but also to perhaps maybe help somebody else out there. So
Background-wise?
background. So yeah, my dad was a career Air Force officer, and he and my mom are alive and well, 92 and 89.
Amazing.
I'm the fourth of 4 boys. Sadly, I've lost my 2 oldest brothers, both in their 50s, both basically complications due to diabetes. And the only living brother I've got just moved to Columbus, Ohio with his wife. And my parents live with me.
Notice they stopped having kids after him, so
Yeah.
just something that's notable.
I gotta tell you this.
I'm the oldest, so full disclosure. They wanted a lot more. Or they're like, this has got to get better.
I think I mentioned this to you recently, but it's just so funny. My parents, live with me. I moved them in my house about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And every morning that I'm home and not working, I take care of their breakfast for them, medications, their coffee, and their oatmeal and all that. And, I like to have fun with them. And my dad, he's not funny. He doesn't have a sense of humor. My mom, 92, she cracks me up often. And my dad said something to me, and I made a smart aleck comment, just a wisecrack. And my mom looks at my dad, just deadpan face. I told you we should have stopped at 3. I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was so funny.
It's funny, but it's kind of sad because she was probably being dead honest.
Yeah, she might have been. I'm not sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, this will be fun. This will be fun to figure out.
Got married and had 2 daughters, got divorced, but my ex and I are on very good terms. She married a great guy who I like a lot, and our girls are 34 and 30. And last year, in August of 2024, I was a biological grandfather for the first time.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thanks, man. So I've got a grandson who's a little over a year old, and worked in law enforcement for 13 years. Now I do insurance for him. That's me, in a nutshell.
That's how we met. I was in a big caper, and he caught me.
That's not true.
We hit it off, speed dated, and it kind of went from there, right?
That's not true.
No.
That's not true.
No. So first off, I'll do my background, but we're in my house. We'll see where we're gonna end up doing this. His, whatever, doesn't really matter. But we're trying to make this as streamlined as possible. So bear with us for now. This is our very first out the gate. My background is I grew up in Oregon, rural lifestyle, Western Oregon, lots of rain. Logging family, farming, kind of all the stereotypical stuff for that area. First of 3, 2 younger sisters, about a year and a half apart. I'm 45, so
I'm the old guy at 58 here.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Rue is actually older than you. Fair enough. Actually, he's in his 70s.
Yeah.
This is Rue the dog, Pooch. So, let's see. Moved to Arizona in '99 at about 18 years old. 19. So, been down here since and done lots of stuff. Mainly trade background. You know, I went to college. I have a degree, but yeah, kind of figuring it out. I mean, nothing qualifies me for knowing it all. So, you know, I'm just kind of a student of the game. So that was kind of the impetus of this. Life struggles are what cause us to step out and want to help other people, typically, whether it's loved ones, ourselves, combination. And we all have it, but David and I feel called to do this. I felt called to do this for over 20 years, but I haven't known how, and I haven't felt like I was ready. I struggle with mental health. It's in my dad's side of the family. And it's just something that has kind of become the thing that pushes me forward, is figuring out how to get up and do the day the best I can and make it something positive. And that's, when I'm in a depressive episode, that's hard. But anyway, we'll get into that one. Married, 2 kids. My wife, Nicole, amazing educator, leader, principal, elementary school principal, and kind of moving into the business world potentially. So that's pretty exciting. Kids 13 and 8, and I don't want to go super into the weeds because it'll kind of come up as we go along. But I think we're just kind of winging it right now, figuring it out. We'll see if anybody ever sees this. I think it's going pretty good so far, to be honest. It feels natural and pretty.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, I didn't know once it was on recording.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to be like, yeah, I'm really good at, or
My name is Derek.
there's this saying, but I can't remember it. You know.
Yeah. No, and I think
It's
the
kinda
important
nice.
thing for us as Christian men who are flawed, and you know, we've got things that we look back on, not just 20 years ago, but I mean 20 minutes ago.
Sure.
That, like, wow, I really should have done that better, or you know, said that differently. But as Christian men, our whole goal should be, and I think is, to glorify and honor God,
Right.
and to help each other and anybody else who might benefit from hearing of, you know, hey, those struggles that, you know, Derek's talking about, that David's talking about, I deal with that too. And I think there's some comfort in that, knowing that, you know, you're not the only one. So.
And I think it's important to mention, and I actually should mention this on our next podcast, because I think we've kind of done a lot of to get to this. I would be bored by now unless I knew who I was. So I think it's important to say, probably out of the gate it would have been best to say, I'm big about being raw and real. I'm very unorthodox, because my mental health kind of follow the bipolar type of thing, but I don't like to diagnose because it's just symptoms are unique to each person. But I'm super unorthodox, very obviously energetic, talk with my hands, verbal processor, quick-witted, but it can be bad at times just because I want to make sure that I'm being kind to people. Sarcasm is king for both of us in many ways, different ways. But I think it's important to note that we are into digging deep, practically and relevantly. That's my thing is I don't want to know the what. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts out there on what. There's a lot of podcasts in general now. We're not doing anything original.
I think my mom has one. She might. I don't know.
I have 3. Actually, I have 3 other podcasts. No, I don't. But I think for him and I, it's literally. I think it's sharing things that we think of or are shared with us or we pick up that we don't think are common. I think that's a key thing. Is what's different with what we're going to share from another podcast. And I think in some ways it's the relevant, reflective. I wouldn't say unorthodox, because what's orthodox anymore? Jews. But it's really just the off-the-cuff thing that I think a lot of people who may be struggling with mental health, who may not, who may be thinking of a relative who are gonna think of a lot of the things, not to narrow or put a lane on what we're doing. Christians, non-Christians, but we're not hiding behind a Christian label. We're human, out in the open, as David said. And we get bored and like to be funny in the middle of it. Nothing new there, but we have our own style in that, and we definitely Laurel and Hardy a lot. We're very, very, we we can be cutting in a fun way with the way guys cut it up. We definitely love to, well, I don't know about you, I'll speak for me. I like to make people uncomfortable when I'm around them in a funny way and to get response.
Don't try and sell us as funny though, because we're not funny right now.
I'm not saying we're funny. I'm saying it's interesting and funny how we.
Don't tell people we're going to be funny and then
This is.
yeah, and then we're not funny.
Yeah, this
You're
is.
I thought he said they were going to be funny and they're not funny.
We should put a giant disclaimer on the bottom
Right.
of our thing.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with danger. It's just this could get really out of control.
This could be really awkward.
Yeah, there you go.
For the viewing audience. Like,
Cringe warning.
yeah,
Awkward. Yeah, awkward. Awkwardity. Okay.
awkward. Yeah.
And you look at the camera now. So
That's the Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Pork bellies, which are used to make bacon, which you might find in a bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich.
I did it with you. That's good. So there's going to be lots of crazy, but I think it's going to be well balanced because we both care as much as we want to be funny. I'm not into entertaining people. That's not true. I want to do everything with a purpose. So I think it's fun to be funny, but I'm very kind of greedy in that, let's just say like making money, for example. Just making a bunch of money to me isn't enough. Meaning, I want to make money and bless people. I don't want to be greedy because I mean that's too easy. I mean everybody can be dishonest and try to make money for the most part. But my thing is in business, for instance, it's get paid well, but there's a relational component that has to take precedent over the money. So in this case, we're not monetized. Full disclosure.
Right.
But I think it's important to say that him and I both. I would say for me, I want to have all my chips in this. For the audience. I don't want them to come away thinking that we're driven in any one exact certain thing, we're limited to that, because we really just want to serve people. That's the one thing I think that's common.
Right, because the primary goal is if we're not doing something to serve God and serve others, then what's the point of doing it?
The audience, right? In this
Exactly,
case.
yeah. So if our goal is to make money or our goal is to kill time or whatever, then
It's going to come
that's
through.
pointless.
It's going to come through the product too. Yeah.
So serve God, serve others as best we can.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I tend to measure things even as we're talking. My wheels are always moving. I'm always, am I bored? Because so I did insurance for a while, and I would sometimes I'd be with a client, and I would just look at them and go, "Are you bored with this?" And they would be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm tired of talking about insurance. Tell me a little bit about you while I'm still doing my thing." Because I think I tend to be very objective. As a man, I don't compare to women emotionally in my intelligence, but I would say I tend to be very kind of fly a bug on a wall where I'm watching going, is this relevant? Am I into this? Because if I'm not, it's fair to say probably a lot of people aren't. I think we're all similar enough without trying to label the audience or tell them where they're at. To know what's boring. So I think it's already getting kind of a little bit boring now, but I would just say flow-wise, we're going to try to keep it rolling, and just see where it goes. That's what's fun. I think we use the word cathartic a lot.
Yeah.
We're doing this right now. It's very therapeutic for you and I think we need to share. God's going to use this as conduits, but certainly there's an aspect of growth for both of us personally.
And the important thing, I think, for people who might be watching this is, are these guys relatable to my situation, to my life, to my circumstances? And yeah, we're Christian men, we admit that, but certainly very flawed.
Oh, for sure.
And I can think about my struggles with alcohol. The ironic thing was, both my parents at 92 and 89 have never had a drop of alcohol in their lives. And I was a non-drinker after my 30th birthday. I didn't drink at all.
That's crazy.
And I was working for a state agency that enforced liquor laws. And I thought I could...
As a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, as a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
And I thought I could go into bars and clubs and look for liquor violations. And we were allowed to drink, certainly not allowed to get impaired. We could never be above 0.025% alcohol content. And if we were ever put on